Now, concerns have been raised over the phasing out of eucalyptus trees in Karura Forest, a plan that began last year under the watch of Friends of Karura, the Community Forest Association, as well as the Kenya Forest Service. Conservation group Green Blue Africa Foundation has decried Kenya's dwindling forest cover amid a tree-growing campaign, saying the timing of the eucalyptus phase-out contradicts Kenya's long-term climate mitigation and adaptation plans, including the 15 billion tree-growing campaign. NTV's health and science reporter Bridget Ngana visited Karura Forest and filed this report.
A day after signing of the 10-point agreement between President Ruto and ODM leader Raila Odinga, leaders from across the political divide have come out to share their views. While some believe it may help,
it's known as the People's Forest. Despite being gazetted nearly a century ago, Karura Forest has had a bruising relationship with Nairobi, Kenya's capital. Surviving a checkered past that would have seen chunks of the forest annexed for settlement, that battle, led by the late Nobel laureate Wangari Maathai, birthed what's now an oasis of untamed greenery that city dwellers can retreat to escape the concrete jungle that is the city and immerse themselves into nature.
I've been cycling in Karura for probably the last 8 years. This is just my first time. And my way to disengage from a busy week.
I enjoy coming to Karura because I spend time with friends and family, with, having fun activities, walking dogs, playing football, riding bikes and the hikes.
I love Karura because of the serenity, the trees. It's cool, like it's 10 a.m. right now, but I feel like I can still walk.
But in late 2024, the felling of eucalyptus trees in sections of this forest brought about a public outcry that Karura was once again in harm's way.
It's not right to cut trees because we're already so deep. We don't need to cut any more trees.
I'm very sad about what's happening in Karura, honestly. I don't know why they're cutting trees. Even if we have exotic trees, I think they shouldn't be cutting them. They should just leave them until they die their own natural death.
I actually didn't know this was happening, so this is news to me. But it's really sad because I know how hard Wangari Maathai fought for the trees.
In December 2024, environmental rights groups like the Green Belt movement that have been at the core of the protection and preservation of Karura Forest went to court to sue the government over the annexation of 51 acres of this forest for the expansion of Kiambu Road. Right now, I'm inside one of the sections where the Kenya Forest Service has cut the eucalyptus tree plantation. These are exotic trees that KFS is saying is phasing out to introduce indigenous trees that will form a new canopy in this forest. But the Green Blue Foundation Africa, whose leadership once battled alongside the late Wangari Maathai to save Karura Forest in the 90s, says the phasing out of the exotic tree plantations is damaging an already fragile ecosystem.
How could we as a country attain the goal of 15 billion trees in 10 years set by the president by cutting down trees? We must resist temptation to make a quick buck by depleting already depleted forest cover.
The thing that is also more disturbing is that this is happening at the KFS headquarters, who are based here in Karura Forest. How can a government institution that is actually charged with the responsibility of taking care of our forest be the same ones who look on the other side when this kind of thing is being destroyed? It is very sad.
However, the Friends of Karura Forest, the Community Forest Association, and the Kenya Forest Service say that the felling of the eucalyptus trees is to pave the way for the restoration of the Africa mountain forest that once inhabited this area before the colonialists introduced exotic tree species.
We are not letting go public forests for private use. No, we will not, and I can guarantee you Karura was almost 75% eucalyptus and whatever. Only 25% was indigenous. I have no problem with that perception that a standing tree is better than a fallen tree. But I want to advise those who think so to also appreciate that a fallen bad tree and the raising of a good tree is even better.
Where the social media and the owners of the fake news and propaganda, the negative forces, were saying that we have given to a hotel, it has been taken. I took the media there. So it's a program that will continue every 5 years until we remove the 30% commercial trees in Karura. Because Karura ideally is not supposed to be a commercial forest.
However, environmentalists are demanding transparency in the entire rehabilitation process.
We therefore call upon the government to immediately halt the destruction of eucalyptus trees in Karura Forest and prioritize strategies that genuinely increase forest cover rather than diminish that already.
When you cut down the trees, to get the tree to mature to that level where now it is actually able to, to get the carbon off from the atmosphere, takes years. So now here, what we have done here, how many more years will it take before we even grow? And I don't see any effort at all to replant anything here. How long will it take now to get back the forest cover that we do? We must understand that environmental destruction is an existential threat to humanity.
According to the Ministry of Environment, plans to restore the indigenous trees in Karura Forest began 15 years ago, and what has been happening is part of the participatory forest management strategy between KFS and the Friends of Karura Forest, CFA. More than 50,000 people visit Karura Forest on a monthly basis. Bridget, Ghana, NTV.